Bharat. Not well. Not well at all. There is darkness everywhere. The first speaker and all the other speakers of the treasury benches have proven that they are not bothered about what is happening in Manipur. They have not spoken about Manipur. They were here just अपने सत्ता को ढिंढोरा पीट रहे थे, लेकिन मणिपुर में जो हत्या हो रही है, बलात्कार हो रहा है, एकों ने उसको बारे में कुछ भी नहीं हमें बताया. Honorable Chairman Sir, I stand here on behalf of All India Trinamool Congress with gratitude towards my chairperson and leader Smriti Banerjee, who sent the first team. I was included in the team and we visited Manipur on the 19th of July. But my leader was denied permission to visit Manipur on 3rd June when she wanted to visit there and be with the people of Manipur who were suffering so much. She was denied. To stand by the strife-torn people of Manipur and bring back the state of affairs, she wanted us to go on 19th of July. From India, the alliance, the glorious alliance, striving to bring back democracy to our beloved motherland. Honorable member, here Sri Gaurav Gogoiji has brought a no-confidence motion against the present dispensation. I support him. The double-engine government, as they call it, has failed completely to save the people from the manslaughter, the mayhem, the lawlessness that has seen nearly complete destruction of our country, our states. Our delegation had met the Honorable Governor in Manipur, and I quote her, wherein she said, till that day, that is 19th of July, 57 to 58,000 people had lost their homes. They were living in relief camps. Babies were being born in relief camps. Mothers were undergoing labor pain in relief camps. There wasn't no doctor. There wasn't any medication. There wasn't any sanitary napkin. There wasn't any food. There wasn't any drinking water. There wasn't any baby food. So that was Manipur in the relief camps, and the treasury benches didn't have the guts to talk about it here since the no confidence motion started. 5,000 to 6,000 houses have been burned there, sir. And women have been tortured, molested, gang raped. One unfortunate gang rape had seen the entire nation come out once. I don't want to mention. But this beheading, we have seen videos in which girls have been caught by their hairs and their throats slit. All girls should know this. These gang rapes, there were 2 girls hiding in a car wash. They were hiding without food and water for 2 to 3 days. To avoid these terrorists, they were dragged out from there and gang raped. All this has been so covered up by this government here. The net was so blocked, the media was so manipulated that the nation hardly got the information till we went. The sage bird, don't disrespect me, I'm talking. The sage bird, whose death anniversary we celebrated yesterday. You don't even know who a sage bird is. The sage bird of Bengal, whose death anniversary we just celebrated, had said, Durbalere rokha karo, durjanere hano. That means protect the weak and hit out at the enemy, the evil. This government has failed to do that. Whose agenda is it, sir? Whose design is it? India wants to know. The nation is seeing an unforeseen betrayal to democracy, an indifference to respect for individual liberty, deafness and blindness to the cries of the tormented. Not only here, all over the 10 states of double-engine sarkar. I would say, like, too many cooks spoil the broth, too many engines spoiling the states. Double-engine sarkar kaam nahi kar raha hai. We need one engine and one driver. Like West Bengal is surging forward under the leadership of our Chief Minister. The center-state equation is being devastated. States with governments in the opposition parties in the NREGA who have worked in the fields has been denied. The roof on top of the head through Awas Yojana of the poor people has been denied. So this is the government which is denied. The states being ruled by the opposition governments. Just a few days back, we saw vehicles and houses burning in Haryana. The whole country is burning, sir. Another double engine failure in Haryana. In Manipur, about 70 to 80,000 Central Armed Forces police have been deployed. But every second day there is more killing, more arson, more deaths, more rapes. This is war. It is a civil war, sir. And a government which cannot control a civil war has no business to remain in power. Is this a civil war or a war designed and manipulated from outside, wherein our Arunachal Pradesh is at stake, wherein Manipur is at stake, where it's spreading to also Mizoram, where very close to Andaman Nicobar Islands, the Cocoa Islands. Try to understand, don't disturb. What is happening in the Cocoa Islands? What is? Oh, he will not disturb me.
When a respected women member is talking, how that close your mouth? Close your mouth. Close your mouth.
Sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
Close your mouth.
अरे बैठ जाइए.
शेरों माना चाहिए.
हाँ आप भी बैठ जाइए.
शेरों माना चाहिए.
विदुड़ी जी बैठ जाइए. Kindly take your seat.
शेरों माना चाहिए. शेरों माना चाहिए. शेरों माना चाहिए.
Sir, Galwan Valley saw it. And my question is, whether the dispensation is ready to answer what is happening in the Cocoa Islands, near the Andaman Nicobar Islands. Who is doing it? Why the government is not taking any action? Is it because the government came to power in 2017 in Manipur through their help? We know who it is. So the government has to be careful. The government has to answer. We would request Honorable Prime Minister to come and answer this instead of giving us a report card of their performance. Mizoram is following suit. One class of people are being thrown out of Mizoram. What force are we fighting against? How are the sophisticated M16 and AK-47 and grenades and self-loading rifles coming into the hands of the common man? The freely available weapons are going to move throughout the northeast India, and I fear they might find way into the West Bengal state also. So we have to be careful that this kind of arms, 6 lakhs of ammunition has been stolen from the police and the state armories. Was it in connivance? Was it in connivance with the state government? Is this an ethnic cleaning operation? Is this an ethnic cleaning operation? Is this an ethnic cleaning operation? What is the master plan? What is the master plan to counter which the Kalaban project must be given a serious thought? Remember the Kalaban project. More than 4,000 arms have been stated to be looted from the armory. Was that in connivance? Brother killing brother? Sisters being bloodied? I will just quote. ये महान दृश्य है, ये चल रहा मनुष्य है, आंसू स्वेद रक्त से लथपथ, 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 अग्निपथ, अग्निपथ, अग्निपथ. India alliance promises to be with democracy, to be with federalism, to be with respect towards the constitution. तू ना थकेगा कभी, तू ना थमेगा कभी, तू ना मुड़ेगा कभी. कर शपथ, कर शपथ, कर शपथ. Agnipath, Agnipath, Agnipath. I quote Harivansh Rai Bachchan ji. Just remember those words. We in India make promise to stand by the tortured for peace. I appeal to all mothers and sisters and quote here an honorable member who used to sit right here, but he is no more with us. I quote Mulayam ji when he said, "Ma behno hamla bol." I appeal to all mothers and sisters of this country. बलात्कारी पर हमला बोल, बेरहमी पर हमला बोल, हत्यारे पर हमला बोल, बेरहमी पर हमला बोल, बोल मेरी माँ हमला बोल, चल आंसू पोंछ हमला बोल, बलात्कारी पर हमला बोल. माँ बहन, my mothers and sisters of this country, let your curse burn the tormentor. Mothers, be angry. Be very, very angry. Let your eyes breathe fire and vanquish the tormentors, the rapists that this government has failed to punish. Is this being planned from outside our country? Why doesn't the government open their mouth? Why doesn't the government speak about Manipur? Why is the government giving a report card? This is not election time. Forget about the elections. Talk about Manipur. This no confidence. This no confidence is towards this government for the Poor Human Development Index. This no confidence here towards this government is because for the poor media freedom. This no confidence here is due to the rising unemployment. This no confidence here is due to the increasing price rise. It is due to the increasing farmer suicide. It is due to the selling of the public sector undertakings. This no confidence here is for the divisive forces that is trying to destroy our country. It is trying to break the nation towards complete failure to protect the ethos that is India. Is this narco-terrorism that is happening in Manipur? Or, according to Archaeological Survey of India, some very precious metals have been found in the hills of Manipur. So is it to take the corporates right up to Manipur and hand over that precious metals to the corporates? Is the war because of that? I am quoting the Honorable Chief Minister when he said that in 2017, the poppy was grown on 1,853 acres. And today, as of today, 2022, poppy is being grown on 6,743 acres. With whose connivance? Who is supporting them? The Honorable Chief Minister himself has said that the problem is due to the illegal immigrants. Who are the illegal immigrants? Where are they coming from? Which country is abetting them? Which is the porous border through which they are coming? Why is the central government not closing that border? And we have to be careful that through that porous border, not only Manipur, rightly said by Honorable Member Gaurav Gogoiji yesterday, the total Northeast India is lying absolutely vulnerable to the forces that might walk right through. That is why the Kaladan project. All the 7 sisters, all the 7 states there are at danger. Why is the government not taking place? Arunachal Pradesh, half of it is gone. Leh, half of it is gone. Galan Valley, half of it is gone. Why is the government? Because you have taken help of terrorist groups during the elections that you're keeping quiet. And you're planning further elections to take help of the terrorist groups. Who are Kiaro? The people want to know. The people of India want to know. जो निगरानी हमें महफूज रखने के लिए होना चाहिए था, देश में वो निगरानी क्यों नहीं है? इस प्रश्न का जवाब सरकार को, सत्ता पक्ष को देना चाहिए. What happened to the attack on the Assam Rifles convoy? Who did it? Who engineered it? Such animosity and hatred is brewed among brothers that have lived together. This cannot be spontaneous, and the government has failed to control it. So we have no confidence on this government. Houses have been burned, mandirs burned, temples have been burned, 350 churches have burned. So in the amber glow of the burning hearts, let us seek light. Let us pass the no confidence motion towards this government now. Jai Hind, Jai Bangla.
Thank you. साध्वी निरंजना ज्योति जी.
अध्यक्ष सभापति महोदय, क्योंकि ये सरकार के मंत्रिपरिषद के खिलाफ अविश्वास प्रस्ताव आया है, एक मैं देश के सामने स्पष्ट करना चाहती हूँ. मनरेगा के संबंधित यहाँ क्वेश्चन उठा है. देश के लिए एक रूल है, कोई भी राज्य हो, किसी राज्य के साथ हम पक्षपात नहीं करते हैं. महोदय, मैं आपके माध्यम से देश की जनता को अवगत कराना चाहती हूँ। पश्चिम बंगाल में मनरेगा में भ्रष्टाचार हुआ, मेरे मंत्रालय ने ही नहीं, इनके अधिकारियों ने स्वीकार किया। हमने कहा उनके ऊपर जांच होनी चाहिए, उनके ऊपर कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए। कोई भी कार्रवाई नहीं हुई। मनरेगा इसलिए रोका गया है, मनरेगा को भ्रष्टाचार का अड्डा नहीं बनने देंगे। प्रधानमंत्री आवास को बंगला आवास करके दिया गया, हम उसमें भ्रष्टाचार नहीं होने देंगे। हम देश के कोने में कहीं भी मनरेगा में लूट होगी, हम रोक लगाएंगे। पारदर्शिता से काम करें, हम देने के लिए तैयार हैं।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। श्रीमती कनीमोजी जी।
Thank you, sir. I'd like to start with a quote of Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Let us not forget that this independence has thrown us on great responsibilities. By independence, we have lost the excuse of blaming the British for anything going wrong. In this case, I think it is often the Congress. If hereafter things go wrong, we will have nobody to blame except ourselves. Sir, I rise to support this no confidence motion brought by India and by Gaurav Gogoi on behalf of the India team and my party, the DMK. So the first time in India, the judiciary had to intervene to protect a state. Isn't this shameful? Sir, the government proudly says in Manipur it is a double-engine government because it is a BJP government in the union and it's a BJP government in the state. But this double engine has become a double-edged weapon against the people of Manipur. A double disaster, a double breakdown. The PM, after returning from his trips abroad, chooses to speak to the media in a very rare occurrence outside the parliament. But he refuses to cross the threshold and come to parliament and speak with the fellow parliamentarians. A senior leader, Jaswant Sinha, day before yesterday in his article had mentioned democracy is not defined by the beauty of its parliament building. It is dignified by the quality of its debates and the voice with which it speaks in unison on national issues. Today, India team is speaking in unison on national issues and you refuse and you fail to come here and respond to it. Sir, 170 people have been killed, thousands injured, 60,000 displaced, 3,500 homes have been burnt. People have been killed, as Dear Kakuli mentioned. People have been beheaded, rapes on both sides. But when the Chief Minister of Manipur was asked, why have you not been able to control the situation for 3 months? The CM says, 2 brothers are fighting and the government is like a father mediating between them. Isn't this a shame? With the heavy security blanket the state has, the state of Manipur has the highest ratio of police personnel to civilians in India. 161 companies of central forces, including Assam Rifles, are present in Manipur, and yet the government has failed the people. The silence of the union government, the Prime Minister, and the inaction of the state government, which watched as houses burned, police armory was looted, and people killed each other. Women were being humiliated, stripped, paraded, raped, violated, and killed. This double engine stood hand in hand watching it all happening, saying brothers are fighting. The videos of these 2 women who were paraded naked and raped shook the conscience of the nation and the world. The 21-year-old girl's father and brother were killed when they were trying to protect her. So, when the mob caught this family, they ran to the police gypsy which was there. They begged them to take them in the gypsy to somewhere safe. But the policemen refused. When they got into the gypsy, they allowed the mob, the violent mob, to pull these two women out, and the father and the brother, out of the gypsy, and the policemen were watching in silence. When the father was killed and the brother was killed, and these two women were stripped.
Focusing on her.
The state police, the National Women's Commission, and the State Women's Commission were all silently watching. Maybe they were wishing that this will miraculously vanish till the videos unfortunately went viral. And after many weeks and months, 5 or 6 people out of the mob were arrested. But time and again these women were asking why no action was taken against these policemen who handed them over to the violent mob. But till yesterday, the government chose to keep silent and it did not respond. The people have been mentioning Draupadi in this house.
नहीं, आप बैठ जाइए। आप बैठ जाइए।
प्रवक्ता का चेहरा दिखाते
नहीं नहीं,
आप जब भी इंडिया गए
आप अपनी बात रखिए।
तो कैमरा यहाँ पे नहीं, कैमरा आप पे आता है। ऐसा क्यों है? सीधे
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है। आप करीब जी, आप अपनी बात रखिए। The other thing will not go into the record. Only Kanimozis' speech will be going in record.
Sir, the people have been mentioning Draupadi from Mahabharata in this house and how she was humiliated and stripped. So these women also must have prayed to some god to come and help them. God nor the government came to help these two women. And anybody who has read the Mahabharata properly knows that it is not the perpetrators of the crime who were punished, but the silent spectators who stood there like trees watching her being humiliated were also punished. They will be punished like they will be punished when they were silent in Hathras, Kathua, Unnao, Bilkis Banu, and when the wrestlers were protesting. The country, the nation, India, the mothers of India will punish them. So there are hundreds of relief camps. There are hundreds of relief camps, but there is no food, no water. It is overcrowded with no proper sanitation. The roofs are leaking and children have to live there. They cry out of fear and hunger. Is this what you call relief camps in this country? You don't even want to reach out to people who've lost everything, who had to walk for days to save their lives. You can't give them food, you can't give them protection, you can't ensure that the roofs don't leak. At Vishnupur, a woman said that people are saying my son has been killed, but I haven't seen his body. I refuse to believe that he has been killed. His best friend has told her that the son was killed, but she refuses to believe that he was killed because she lives in hope. She says, I hope that someday he'll come back alive to me. This is not just one mother who's saying this. There are brothers, fathers, families who wait, hoping that their loved ones are alive somewhere. Even if they're injured, they are there somewhere. A Methi girl in one of the camps asked me, you have come to see us, but why hasn't the chief minister or the prime minister bothered to come and visit us? We have lost our homes, families, livelihood. I will never go back to my home. I will never feel safe there. The government has let me down. Why hasn't anybody come here to wipe my tears? But instead of listening to her pain and comforting her, the BJP fake news team manufactures a narrative saying that she told the India team that I have faith in the Prime Minister. Why have you come here? Sir, the truth is, whether it is the Kukis, Nagas or Meitei, we only saw despair and despondency in their eyes. I request the Prime Minister, this government, to reach out to these people and say that we care and justice will be done. Can't you do that much for people who've been hurt, who are bleeding? Sir, we went there to say India stands with you. We would like to know whether the government stands with them.
Yes, yes, yes.
The Chief Minister of Manipur has been blaming the Kukis and the Naga people for the drugs there and the drug cultivation. But a former SP, Ms. Brinda, blames the Chief Minister, the Chief Minister's office and the Manipur government for it.
Shame.
There have been many stories in the newspapers earlier that the pesticides and fertilizers which are being sent to the state are diverted for poppy cultivation and not for food production. Shouldn't we find out the truth? Should not there be a proper inquiry into what has been really happening? You brought the Sengol to the new parliament with big pomp and show. You said it is a Chola tradition. You don't know Tamil Nadu history properly. Have you heard about the Pandian Sengol? The Pandian Sengol which burnt, which shattered when the King failed the common people. Do you know the story of Kannagi? Please stop imposing Hindi on us and go read the Silappadigaram. It has a lot of lessons to teach you all. Sir, it's okay. They're very scared of us. They don't want to see our faces also. We are happy with it as long as they can hear us. They cannot hear Manipur people, at least let them hear us. So this government is very lucky because it knows to manufacture one issue after another, one disaster after another. So we have to forget what happened a month ago and discuss something else, a new issue in Parliament today. Because we've not had the opportunity to discuss what happened in Balasore in Odisha. 3 trains collided and 288 passengers died and over 1,000 were injured. And there are bodies still lying in Ames, Bhubaneswar, which are unclaimed and not identified. But the report on the accident says lapses at various levels in signal and telecommunication department is responsible for the accident. And they've been warned, the government has been warned 2 months before the accident that there should be an inquiry and the methods of shortcut being used for signal and telecommunication system in the country has to be looked into. Today, there are vacancy, operational safety categories. Vacancy is over 50,000 people have not been employed. Isn't this the fault of the government? What is your response to the accident? What is your response to the number of people who've lost their lives? This government fears, deplores accountability. It hides data or refuses to collect data. When data does not favor them, they sack the person in charge. The NFHS chairperson was suspended when he exposed the false claims of the union government. The minister, when she was speaking, said that it is, the minister Smriti said India is 100% open defecation free. There is not one single state which is 100% open defecation free. It is a total lie. And when the person concerned made sure that the truth comes to light, he was suspended. Sir, the employment data was withheld till the election results were out. And 2 people in the department, in the commission, resigned because of that. The unemployment rate is 8.5% in this country. Investments have dropped to half. It was 10.5%, it is 5% now. People are going back. More than 50% people are there in the agriculture sector. This doesn't happen in any developing nation. People are going back to agriculture because they have no hope, there is no space for them in formal employment. And the national policy for rationalization of schools has closed down thousands and thousands of schools, and millions of children have lost their opportunity to go back to school.
Just wait. So why is it being changed?
आप बैठ जाइए। कनी मोदी जी आप बैठ जाइए। दानिश अली जी अपने जगह पे जाइए।
क्यों नहीं दिखा रहा है? क्यों नहीं दिखा रहा है? क्यों नहीं दिखा रहा? Whenever we speak somebody from the opposition, the camera is.
So why, sir?
It is looking somewhere.
This is so silly, sir. Sir, when Smriti Irani was speaking, it was there.
When Smriti Irani was showing the play card, the camera was on the play card. When Rahul
श्रीमती कनी मोदी जी आप अपनी बात रखिए।
please don't show play card.
We have taken note of it.
Please restore the democracy in this country.
We have taken note of it. आप बैठ जाइए। कनी मोदी जी आप बोलना चाहती हो? कनी मोदी जी आप आगे बोलिए।
People are watching.
आप शुरू कीजिए।
Sir, you have to give me extra time. Sir, are you closing down schools? Because only the OBCs, SC, ST students go to these government schools? In a reply to the Rajya Sabha, the Union Minister of State has stated that 25,593 students belonging to the SC, ST, OBC communities have dropped out of central universities. Is this the India you're talking about? Is this the Bharat you proudly talk about, where students from suppressed communities cannot go to national institutions, central government institutions and study there because of discrimination? This government, we've been time and again threatened in this house with ED, we're going to jail. It is not only the opposition parties and the media which is being threatened by this government. The government creates a framework that exposes its own people to conditions of unfreedom and subject them to state brutality. Between 2014 to 2020,
Kindly conclude, madam. Kindly conclude.
7,000 people have been charged with sedition charges, and most of them, 7,000 people, and most of them are below the ages of 30. Isn't this a shame? And sir, the Prime Minister calls differently able people as Divyangs, but the pension which you give them per month is rupees 300, which is equal to 1 kilo of tomato in your government. Sir, it is not only the prices which rise in this government, it is crimes against women, which has risen to 26.3% in the past few years in the BJP government. Sir, this is a government which is indifferent, and its administration is indifferent to people, and they don't value people, or do they care about the well-being of the Indian citizens. But the irony is that you call yourself nationalists, and call us anti-national. Are you nationalists? Do you care about this country? Do you care about people in Manipur, the women, the children there who suffer every day? Until today, you haven't been able to bring peace.
Thank you very much.
State.
Kindly conclude.
You are hurting
Your
Mother
time is
India.
over.
You are hurting Mother India, making her bleed every day. India will teach you a lesson very soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Shri Namo Nageshwar Rao ji.
Rule पूछिए, rule, under rule.
Hello, Namo Nageshwar ji. You tell me which rule, under which rule you are raising.
Rule में नहीं है.
नहीं, ऐसा कोई रूल में नहीं है. नमो नागेश्वर जी, you start it.
पार्टी का मेंबर बोलता है तो
नहीं,
कैमरा उसके ऊपर होता है, लेकिन जब ऑपोजिशन का बोलता है तो कैमरा जो है चेयर पे होता है. सर, who is controlling this लोकसभा टीवी?
नमो नागेश्वर जी, आप अपनी बात रखिए.
Thank you, Chairman, for giving this opportunity to speak on motion of no confidence on behalf of BRS party, my leader KCR Garu. सब अभी स्वतंत्र होके इंडिपेंडेंस होके अभी 75 इयर्स में हम लोग आ गए. 75 साल से अगर हम लोग का कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी का दिक्कत सब अपना अपना कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी वाला बताता है, मगर जब देश का जब बात आता है तो हम लोग का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में जो आर्टिकल 1 में जो लिखा है उसको इंडिया दैट इज भारत shall be a union of states. ये स्पिरिट ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है. मगर 75 साल होने का बाद भी आज के दिन में इंडिया में डिफरेंट स्टेट्स है और छोटा स्टेट है, बड़ा स्टेट है. कुछ स्टेट जो है ना आपको सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, कुछ स्टेट जो है ना आपके लिए अपोज है. मगर आपको जो है ना सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट में बैठने का बाद आप यहां से सबको इक्वली जो है ना देखना चाहिए, सही ढंग से देखना चाहिए. वो छोटा स्टेट हो, बड़ा स्टेट हो, आपको मदद कर रहा हो, आपको अपोजिशन हो, मगर आपको सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का पूरा ध्यान जो है ना पूरा देश के ऊपर होना चाहिए. जब स्टेट्स का जो भी सेफ्टी सिक्योरिटी ये सब सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट भी देखना चाहिए. अभी देश में क्या हो रहा है, अभी जो स्टेट में स्पेशली हमारा जो स्टेट में अगर तेलंगाना में अब तो जरूर जो है ना मणिपुर का बात करेगा. अभी तेलंगाना में पिछले 9 साल से जो है ना हमारा केसीआर साहब जो है ना मुख्यमंत्री है, हमारा पार्टी जो है ना उधर गवर्नमेंट चला रहा है स्टेट में. सेंट्रल में आप लोग भी जो है ना 9 साल हो गया, 9 ईयर से आप लोग भी सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट में इधर जो है ना सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट में है. मगर हमारा स्टेट को इतना अन्याय कर रहा है. जो एपी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एक्ट में 2014 में ये हाउस से जो एक्ट पास हुआ था, वो एक्ट का अनुसार हमको जो है ना हमारा कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी खम्मम से उधर जो इंटीग्रेटेड स्टील प्लांट लगाने का था. हमारा काजीपेट में कोच फैक्ट्री लगाने का था. कोच फैक्ट्री का जगह ये कोच फैक्ट्री लेके गया महाराष्ट्र, ये कोच फैक्ट्री लेके गया गुजरात. हमको जो है ना कोच फैक्ट्री नहीं दिया, वैगन रिपेयर का जो है ना वैगन शेड एक बना दिया. उसी तरह से आईआईएम देने का था, हमको नहीं दिया. ट्राइबल यूनिवर्सिटी देने का वादा था एक्ट में, वो भी कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ है. मेडिकल कॉलेजेस पूरा देश में जो है ना सबको दे दिया, तेलंगाना को एक भी जो है ना मेडिकल कॉलेज नहीं दिया. कल हमारा दोस्त पुराना दोस्त हमारा
लोकसभा टीवी को तो छोड़ो ना,
हमारा दोस्त निशिकांत दुबे साहब ने बोल रहा था उसका जो है ना कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी में एम्स लगा हुआ है और उधर जो है ना मेडिकल कॉलेजेस लगा हुआ है. मगर तेलंगाना में क्यों इस तरह से कर रहा है? तेलंगाना का लोग, तेलंगाना देश में है, तेलंगाना भी पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया है, मगर तेलंगाना का ऊपर आप लोग क्यों इस तरह से कर रहा है? और एक भी जो है ना मेडिकल कॉलेज नहीं दिया है. सबसे ज्यादा नवोदय विद्यालय याज पर दी एक्ट का अनुसार हर एक स्टेट, हर एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट में
Why you are disturbing him? Why frequently you are standing up? Take your seat. Take your
I
seat.
don't want to show the opposition.
Why you are disturbing him?
Because the chair is not taking that.
आप बोलिए.
साहब अभी
When any member
Don't disturb him.
expressing their pain,
Don't disturb him.
their grievances of the state, it's the TV is diverting somewhere.
तो आप बोलो इनकी जगह.
Justice, they're
He is not
disrespecting the
focusing
chair,
on the
sir.
opposition members at all.
अभी
गलत कर रहे हैं.
अभी चेयरमैन साहब, हम लोग नवोदय विद्यालय हर एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट में एक्ट के अनुसार एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट में एक नवोदय विद्यालय देना है. पिछले 9 साल से एक भी जो है ना विद्यालय में नहीं दिया है. हमारा मुख्यमंत्री साहब चिट्ठी लिखा है, हम लोग भी चिट्ठी लिखा है, ये हाउस में कई दफा बात किया है, तब भी जो है ना एक स्कूल भी नहीं दिया है, एक नवोदय विद्यालय भी नहीं दिया है. उसी तरीके से अगर आप बोलने से हम लोग को पहले कुछ प्रोजेक्ट सैंक्शन हुआ था. ITR बहुत बड़ा प्रोजेक्ट था, तेलंगाना को सैंक्शन हुआ था. आप लोग जो है ना जो सैंक्शन हुआ प्रोजेक्ट को निकाल दिया है, उसको कैंसिल कर दिया है. क्यों हम लोग का तरफ से इस तरह से कर रहा है, ये जो है ना बोलना पड़ेगा. बात बोलो को जरूर जो है ना उसका रिप्लाई देना पड़ेगा. मगर हमारा तेलंगाना का कुछ स्कीम्स तो आप कॉपी कर रहे हैं, अच्छा है. अगर तेलंगाना का इंडिया में सबसे पहले हर एक फार्मर के लिए, अगर एक किसान के लिए हर एक एकड़ के लिए 10,000 रुपए प्रति साल देता है. अगर उसको आप लोग कॉपी किया है, अच्छा है. किसान सम्मान निधि बोल के 6,000 रुपए दिया है, उसको हम लोग स्वागत करता है. कम से कम आप लोग तेलंगाना रूट को आप लोग जो है ना फॉलो किया है. उसी तरह से हम लोग का मिशन काकतीय हर एक घर में जो है ना हम लोग फिल्टर वाटर देता है. और ये भी जो हम तेलंगाना का किसान का बेटा है, विलेजेस में जो है पैदा हुआ आदमी है. हम बचपन में देख रहे हैं तेलंगाना आने तक हमको पीने का पानी नहीं था, सिंचाई के लिए पानी नहीं था. जब गर्मी आता है तो मार्च से लेकर जुलाई तक जो है ना पीने का पानी नहीं, तो कुछ गांव जो है ना पानी के पास जाना पड़ता था. यह कंडीशन था तेलंगाना का. मगर हमारा नेता केसीआर साहब आने के बाद पूरा तेलंगाना में हर घर का जो है ना फिल्टर पानी दे दिया. उसको भी जो है ना आप लोग हमारा मिशन भगीरथ को कॉपी किया है, अच्छा है. आप लोग भी देश में हर घर का जो है पानी दे रहा है, हर घर जल का नाम से दे रहा है, वो दे दीजिए. अगर इसी पार्लियामेंट में हम लोग क्या क्वेश्चन था, वो क्वेश्चन क्या था, देश में कौन सा स्टेट है बड़ा स्टेट में हर घर का जल जो है ना दे रहा है. इसी आंसर जो है ना मंत्री साहब ने दिया. इसमें तो एक ही स्टेट है जो बड़ा स्टेट में तेलंगाना है, पूरा हर घर में जो है ना जल दे रहा बोल के. हम लोग जो है ना ये करने के बाद पूरा देश में सब स्टेट्स के लिए आप लोग पैसा देता है, मगर हम हर घर जल जैसा मिशन काकतीय बनाया. मिशन काकतीय का बाद हमारा जो है ना अब लोग का जो है नीति आयोग का रिकमेंडेशन वो.
Sir, there is no point of order allowed yesterday also. Only point of orders cannot be allowed to the treasury benches. How it can be? We also asked for the point of order, sir.
Every
time point of order is being given to Nishikant Dubey. How can it be?
स्पीकर्स डायरेक्शन 115 वो ये कहता है सर कि कोई मेंबर यदि गलत बयानी कर रहे हैं तो मंत्री नहीं कोई मेंबर भी उसका सुधार कर सकते हैं. ये जिस प्रोजेक्ट की बात कर रहे हैं सर उस पे 86,000 करोड़ मैं ऑन रिकॉर्ड कर रहा हूं. कालेश्वरम प्रोजेक्ट में
ठीक है
कालेश्वरम प्रोजेक्ट में भारत सरकार ने 86,000 करोड़ रुपया दिया है. ये गलत बयानी कर रहे हैं.
नमो नागेश्वर जी, आप बात रखिए. आप कितना वाई यू आर सो मच एजिटेटेड. अरे भैया इनको बोलने दो, आप कितने एजिटेटेड होते हो. आप बोलिए.
मिशन क्या कहती है, मिशन भगीरथ.
सब आप अपनी बात रखो.
चेयरमैन साहब, मिशन भगीरथ के लिए नीति आयोग ने रिकमेंड करके 24,000 रुपीज को रिकमेंड करके आपका पास भेजा इसको पैसा देने के लिए. 1 रुपए नहीं दिया है, 1 रुपए नहीं दिया है. अगर पूरा देश में हर एक राष्ट्र को हर घर जल का पैसा देता है, हमारा जो है ना तेलंगाना में हम लोग जो है ना वो स्कीम, अगर हमारा जो है ना हर घर में जो है पानी देने का बाद तेलंगाना को 1 रुपए भी नहीं दिया है। उसी तरीके से आज के दिन में देश में 24 आवर्स पावर किसान लोगों को फ्री देने का राष्ट्र एक ही राष्ट्र है, वो तेलंगाना है। राज्य हमारा स्टेट जो है ना, स्टेट में 24 आवर्स फ्री करंट देता है, और वो भी जो है ना आप लोग स्कीम लगा दीजिए पूरा देश में। अगर तेलंगाना में पावर नहीं जाएगा, अमेरिका में पावर कट हो सकता है, मगर तेलंगाना में कभी एक दिन के लिए भी पावर नहीं जाता है। जब हम लोग का तेलंगाना नहीं आया था, उस टाइम में अंधकार में था तेलंगाना बनने के बाद हम लोग जो है अभी 18,600 मेगावाट का पावर प्लांट्स लगा दिया। उसका वजह से हम लोग आज के दिन में पूरा पैडी में देखे तो अभी पंजाब को क्रॉस करके नाउ वी आर नंबर 1 है। उस तरह से पूरा जो है ना जमीन का रेट भी जब तेलंगाना आने के बाद 2 लाख रुपए पर एकड़ था, अभी जो है ना 30 लाख रुपए हुआ है। उसीलिए हम लोग ये मानता है, आप जो है जो जिस तरीके से जो पेंडिंग इश्यूज को सबको हमको सपोर्ट करे, अगर उसी तरह से देखें तो आपका जो है फेलियर्स भी बहुत है। आप कितना वादा किया था, अगर लोगों को जो है ना बहुत वादा किया है आप। अभी हमारा पर कैपिटा इनकम इंडिया में हम लोग नंबर 1 है। जब तेलंगाना आने का पहले हम लोग 10-12 में था रैंक में, अभी तेलंगाना आने के बाद वी आर पर कैपिटा में नंबर 1 है। 3,12,390 यस नंबर 1 है। बड़ा स्टेट में वी आर नंबर 1 है। और उसी तरीके से अगर आपका सपोर्ट नहीं है तब भी हम लोग नंबर 1 है। आप लोगों को हम ये बोलना चाहते हैं, आप लोग इसी तरह से सबको सपोर्ट कर दीजिए। अगर उसी तरह से अभी सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट जो है ना बहुत एरियाज में फेल हो गया, अगर उसको जो है ना प्राइसेस काफी जो है ना, अगर पेट्रोल का डीजल का प्राइस काफी बढ़ गया, उसी तरह से गैस सिलेंडर का प्राइस काफी बढ़ गया, उसी तरह से हर एक साल में 2 करोड़ का जॉब देने के लिए था। अभी 9th ईयर में आप लोग है, 18 करोड़ का जॉब मिलने का था, मगर अभी अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट देश में बहुत है। इसका बारे में भी आप लोग जानना चाहिए। उसी तरीके से सर उसी तरीके से उसी तरह से अभी भी कम से कम तेलंगाना को भी जो है ठीक ढंग से देखे। ऑनरेबल चेयरमैन साहब, कभी भी ना कांग्रेस है ना बीजेपी, ना इधर का है ना उधर का है। हम लोग अपना भारत राष्ट्र समिति बीआरएस का है। हम लोग देश का लोगों का साथ रहेगा।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद
सब 1 मिनट सर, 1-2 मिनट सर अभी सर अभी जिस तरह से सब जिस तरीके से जो है ना अभी मणिपुर में जिस तरह से हुआ है, ये हम लोग का एंटायर कंट्री में इंडियन पीपल के लिए ये जो है ना बहुत शर्मिंदगी का है। आप लोग का सिर अभी झुकना पड़ रहा है पूरा विदेश में भी। ये बात हम किस लिए बोल रहा है, अगर यूरोपियन पार्लियामेंट में भी वो लोग एक रेजोल्यूशन जो है ना लगा दिया।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
सब नहीं सब
बहुत
एक मिनट
कंट्रोल कीजिए।
अगर
मैं सेकंड स्पीकर का नाम बोलता हूं।
उसी तरह से सुप्रीम कोर्ट की 3 जजेस का फॉर्मर जजेस का कमिटी भी डाला है। अभी आखिरी में चेयरमैन साहब हम एक बात बोलना चाहता है। 15th लोकसभा में ये लोग उधर था, वो लोग इधर था, और इधर अपोजिशन लीडर सुषमा जी था, और फारूक अब्दुल्ला साहब ने बैठा है। उस टाइम में जो स्टोन फेल्टिंग हुआ था कश्मीर में, 100 चिल्ड्रन जो है डेथ हुआ है। हम लोग अपोजिशन पूरा डिमांड किया था, सुषमा जी का साथ हम लोग डिमांड करके हम लोग सब गवर्नमेंट को बोला पूरा डेलीगेशन को आप कश्मीर लेके जाइए। ऑल पार्टी डेलीगेशन को लेके गया था, 39 जो है ना पीपल को ऑल पार्टी डेलीगेशन को लेके गया था, और उसमें जो ना 3 दिन हम लोग कश्मीर में था, जम्मू में था, सब सेक्शन वाला से बात किया है, हम लोग कॉन्फिडेंस क्रिएट किया है, कुछ ना कुछ फायदा तो हुआ है।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
अभी भी
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
मणिपुर के लिए यही